Jake, this is the introduction to our set.
Start it again.
Welcome, guys. This is our latest first to 10. For MKX, we've got Doc versus KTOP. I'm really excited for this because Doc is by far one of the absolute best, if not the best, Russian player in Mortal Kombat X. Doc was next to Sakron, and the other players that did well in the Pro League, like, Harry Nightmare, Vladdy. This guy was meant to be at Season 3 finals. KTOP, a phenomenal European player. Was unable to play in Season 3 because he was too young. And he's grinding out now. So this is going to be a real test to see what KTOP's got. Smoke versus Thunder God. We're very familiar with the way Smoke wants to play, but Thunder God really is a variation that KTOP is just kind of, I guess, currently forefronting, at least in EU.
He's definitely making the most of its changes, and we say this week after week in the community cups, but it really is the change to the armor that he's really able to rinse and show how good that now is. But like you said, this is a matchup of the international powerhouses of KTOP, who's been successful online but hasn't had the chance to show it on a major scale, and Doc, who on the other hand has won multiple major tournaments in Russia, qualified for Season 3 finals, qualified for EVO, could make neither due to visa issues, but the fact is he qualified for them. But right now,
really nice catch
got a
right
nice
there.
lead so far, which is good. And
I was about to say,
and Smoke with Vita is terrifying.
Well, I was about to say that one thing we're seeing from KTOP almost immediately is that he's got knowledge in the universal triboard gaps. So with the Vicinity Blast being that safe armored option, is going to be a really good check for that, and it's going to force Doc to think about what kind of offense he's going to do. And again, the counter poke again, you'll notice Thunder God so consistently having bar, but Doc checking him with the grab might close out round 1 on this.
I actually really like how this is round 1 of the first to 10, so we've got a lot of potential games to go, but already Doc is showing KTOP that, yeah, you might be plus after Vicinity Blast, but you're still Raiden, you still don't have that mid threat, so it's straight for the down 3 to try and poke in, condition him to not press buttons after it. I think Doc just wants to send that message to KTOP, you can't keep your offense going after this.
Looking really strong in this second round right now. I mean, you can say that KTOP's kind of trying to challenge some of this, but Doc just doing such a good job right there, just catching him with that full launcher. Ooh, almost converted right there into the straight spear. Didn't take it though. Saw it was going to drop and went for the phase instead. Really nice awareness.
This is a very, very demanding game 1. Doc again sitting on 3 bars, and I've got a feeling that's going to be like a running theme. Nice anti cross up to finish this over, but again, just the sheer amount of meter that Smoke's going to have. Like, he builds so much bar, and he's got so many ways to spend it as well. So the fact that he managed to take both rounds with basically no bar used in either of them is going to be a nice boost, I think, going into the rest of the set. Also, is it just me, or does that look really cool? Like, Smoke head
I was literally just, I think that's probably the coolest Smoke head switch I've ever seen.
But
that looked insanely cool.
But I didn't have time, and it ran out, and I gave nothing instead.
So, definitely what we saw in that first game is kind of what we expect from Smoke. Smoke has really decent damage output. He's going to end everything into either the spear restand, he's going to end it in the air throw, which has really good knockdown frames.
AFK?
This is the first time in ages. I really apologize. I was so focused on trying to get this up, and I realized I forgot that. This is the first time in literally 2.5 to 3 months I forgot to AFK.
Well, I think while we've got these, what will hopefully be very fast 2 rounds to wait out before it continues. For the first time, we actually started a Twitter poll today. Now, as of this set starting, Ketchup has had a look and see what the results are. The poll will continue after this set, so we're going to disregard the final count. But at the time of this video, I haven't seen the poll results, but Ketchup has, and apparently it's quite interesting.
Yeah, that was totally what it was for, don't worry. I didn't AFK on purpose so I could talk about this Twitter poll. That was the master plan all along. And on that note, we made a poll earlier on, 7 hours ago. We have 132 votes on this poll, and as it stands, 52% of the 132 people that voted think Doc's going to win, and 48 think KTOP.
Wow.
The people I've spoken to suspect this could definitely be a really close set as well. And when I say one of our closest, it's hard to beat because we've had some really close sets before. But the 2 players here are both incredible international players. However, that was a really convincing first game for Doc.
So that makes Doc
I've not really...
and KTOP remain.
Exactly. How about that? Controversial jokes.
Was it controversial or was it a political joke?
Well,
difference.
Same difference, mate. Same
so
difference.
Back to the set. This is now 1-0.
Let me just
1-0 to Doc, which is a good start for him. But, I mean, this is a first to 10, right? We've got so many games potentially coming up. And I'll be very surprised if this wasn't quite a close one, especially considering how dominant KTOP has been in the Community Cups and just generally against decent players. KTOP is definitely... It's a weird one, right? Because KTOP is very confident. It has been cockiness. It has had shades of arrogance, but I feel like that's just extreme confidence. But he really has worked at his game to let him talk like that, you know, to let him be confident in his play, because he's putting the effort in, and his reward is being able to do extremely well against some of the best players in EU Online. And
Doc with a really clutch little backdash right there. Backdashing and catching the forward 1-3 low smoke bomb. Such a smoke staple. Getting you to press buttons and then just blowing you up for it with the backdash.
Now that's one thing that is going to hurt Raiden big time when he's trying to contest this neutral, is just Raiden doesn't have mids and Smoke has amazing mids, so it's going to be really hard for him to actually contest point blank, or even that kind of like medium range where you need to kind of, you know, output to your opponent, you need to stick that button out, because that smoke back 2 is giving him loads of problems right now. But this is Thunder God, one touch can be cornered. Is he going to end the dive? Yes, and just like that is corner carry central, and life is basically even now. Tries to press a button out of the block string, and Doc's going to get launched again into the restand. What's the option?
Oh, the X-ray interrupt though is going to be good. He's going to completely answer through that, and you can see KTOP probably was not expecting that option. If Smoke's going to go for a reversal, he's going to go for smoke away. That's not an attack, that's an evade. KTOP just was not ready for the X-ray right there. Doc spending all of his bar, but the confidence in that read is going to carry him into that first round.
It was the only thing that could have guaranteed beat that in this situation though, so good awareness.
Oh, risky jump in. Doc has already shown that he's not afraid to anti-cross up that, but he's going to be reluctant. KTOP's going to catch the low right now. Nice catch. Cashing out a little bit of extra damage with that meter burn Thunderball. And the question is, what's the mix-up going to be? Forward 1 pressure just to build that bar. The Vicinity Blast is going to be so useful. The counter poke, but it's not going to be good. Doc, straight through it.
That is going to give him some problems. If the Vicinity Blast just completely whiffs due to the phase, he's going to have to rethink, because that's one thing that KTOP loves doing. He just absolutely abuses the Vicinity Blast whenever he can.
Oh, the jump in's going to miss though.
But this might be a matchup that he doesn't really get too much from it, and that is going to hurt him.
Now, what happened right there, right at the end, was KTOP trying to neutral crouch, because I'm confident he thought that Doc was going to go for the forward 4-3. And the thing is, Smoke, you can't neutral crouch that. If it's one of the other Triborg variations, you can neutral crouch the forward 4. But if it's Smoke, absolutely not. There are so many options Smoke has after the forward 4 that punishes that neutral crouch on prediction of the 3, that it's just not going to be a safe option. The risk is outweighed. It's definitely not in your favor against this variation. And KTOP, I think that Vicinity Blast phase fiasco is going to be quite a matchup changer. And I wouldn't think we might not see... Yeah, just like that. I was doubtful that we were going to see Thunder God in its entirety, because that evade is getting around it.
I was going to bring attention to the next. I was like, maybe it's a matchup thing, because I can't say I've ever seen Thunder God versus Smoke at, you know, the highest level. So it's not something that I would have been able to assume before seeing it, but it looks tough for Thunder God. It does, you know.
And let's not forget that we actually are yet to see KTOP fight a really decent Smoke either.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
know how he
That's
handles that matchup.
I mean, there are a lot of Smokes now, but there's obviously a difference between someone that just plays Smoke and someone that actually understands Smoke, and Doc definitely falls into the latter category. He's not the kind of guy to, you know, not put the effort in. I've been seeing Doc
full screen
since,
grab
before the last major patch, so that's at least a good amount of time. But that was nice. Oh, KTOP doesn't get the confirm. That could be a problem, especially considering he's now pretty starved for meter as Hish-Qu-Ten, who can really get good things out of that. That's a nice confirm from Doc. I mean, always ready to hit confirm. One thing you really cannot test from Doc is his ability to hit confirm in these situations.
He's going to get good knockdown frames right there. KTOP trying to fight his way out the corner. He's going to spend one of his bars on the low laser. Staggering nice pressure right there. Doc, the blocks have been so on point. Ready for the back 2-1 anti-air. And here we go. Another full combo with literally fully stocked. Good to go with this piece of Oki. The question is, what comes next?
Nice throw break from KTOP. All the trip guards with the
Game
back
over.
2. It looks like KTOP is trying to find answers for this back 2 in the neutral. And nothing he's doing right now is working. You know, he can't get the NJP on prediction. Whenever he leaves the ground, he gets tagged, and because it recovers so fast, he's getting converted from into 30%. And on the ground, obviously, he's kind of... I don't think Predator's one of the characters that can make it whiff, so he is kind of just got to hold that. Oh, wow.
And again, he catches that string from ever so slightly too far away, so the air disc isn't actually going to connect. That's 2 for 2 that's happened. Very unfortunate, and I will say, it kind of looks like KTOP wasn't ready for this smoke pick.
That is a bit of a surprise, though. I mean, Doc has been playing Smoke for a while. I mean, I don't think Doc streams. I don't think he's got a YouTube, so there might not be too much footage out there. But I mean,
oh,
I've
nice
seen him
check.
about. But I don't know. Maybe he just didn't think Doc was playing this character here. I mean, Doc used to be a very good Takeda player. Of Ronin and Shiryu. We saw him play both in the Pro League
All the
Season
pressure.
3. So who knows? But that was a really good round from KTOP. Really, really good round. Expensive with the bar, but at least he got one on the board now. And he's got corner pressure, which is good.
Well, what it shows right there is that KTOP isn't cracking. He's getting tagged quite a few times, yes,
Nice.
but he's not afraid to still let it rip. He's still trying to be as aggressive as possible. And right there, challenging it. The NJP, in all honesty, kind of looked like the NJP should have caught that, but I mean, the active frames from that back 2-1, super strong.
That was nice. What?
Whoa, the conversion!
Unfortunately, quite low damage, but I've not seen that before. That was really, really good stuff from KTOP. Still sitting on life lead, but I don't think that's going to be the case after this combo. There's the reset.
Oh, the 50-50 of forward 1. There we go. Smoke's going to get that 50-50 of forward 1-3 or forward 1 teleport. Super unsafe on the overhead option, but it's so unsafe you rarely expect
I feel
it.
like that's why you don't expect it, though, because Smoke is normally a incredibly safe character, so you don't just
a very crucial block there from Doc.
This random full combo punishable option. Like you have to be ready for 100 things at once when you're on the defense, especially if you're a character like again Predator. Like I don't know if this looks more manageable than Raiden, but it does seem to be that Doc is kind of just doing the Smoke thing, right? Of establishing that dangerous neutral, putting in those phases whenever he's on the back foot and. With both characters now, KTOP doesn't seem to have a consistent answer for it. So Doc's kind of just doing what he wants.
Right at the end as well, the decision was, I believe that's forward 2-1, that string. Went in because he'd caught the low laser off that, I believe the 50-50 of the overhead section at the end of that 3-hit string, or the low laser being an element of the 50-50. I believe it's somewhat fuzzyable though. But he caught Doc with the low laser meter burn for a full combo in the round before it. So at the end of that third round, KTOP basically bet everything. Although the low laser is not unsafe on block, the setup afterwards that Doc had blocked, and he got the down 3, and at that point there was so little health left, KTOP was not in a good situation. But signs of life right there. I think that was definitely a better game for him than when he used Raiden. So I'd like to see KTOP stick this one out a little bit.
Ooh,
and again, so Predator, Predator is one of those characters that... I was about to say Predator's probably one of the characters that makes it whiff, but again, in that situation, the tracking on some of these smoke strings is so good, I'm not sure how good that homing disc is going to fare. Because let's not forget, when Predator has to block, that disc is going to disappear. Smoke is one of the best characters at getting you
disc out. You're going to block the back 2, which is probably going to be a problem, or it's going to hit you and he's going to confirm it.
Oh no, trying to Doc didn't confirm into the back 1 though, not convinced it was going to work. But it doesn't matter. Full combo in the corner. That's going to be big damage. A respectable meterless amount of damage, I should say. Never mind. Actually, he's going to cash it out just to get the restand. But in this situation, it doesn't matter. Getting caught by the final hit. KTOP back in this. No, dropping the sweep. That sucks so bad. Oh, no. Doc's going to take the round on that.
Wow, that was really, really good for him. Unfortunate for KTOP. Still has a bar to work with, but you're kind of at this range that Doc really isn't able to get much. There's no punish. I'm not sure what Predator's option for that is, but if you block that forward 3-4 slide, you have created a full combo Smoke for doing that. Again, like this character is normally so safe, but as soon as you see something that you can punish, you need to get the damage on. You need to deter the Smoke from doing that kind of thing. Otherwise, you've got all these scary rushdown options, and then obviously the Smoke's not going to be too worried about throwing out these punishable things.
It's again the disc into the back 2 check. The second Doc sees that disc come out, he is without fail going for the back 2 every time. Clearly super knowledgeable in the matchup, catching a back 3 as well.
The delayed low.
I think one thing to bring attention to as well is the fact that almost every single time, and the plus frames is going to be good, and that's going to be game over, and another game on the board for Doc. He's definitely going to kill on this.
No, not quite. But is this
no, guaranteed chip at the end. Guaranteed chip.
Oh no, he didn't block. Part of me thinks he might have been alive by like invisible pixel had he blocked, because it would have been the last 2 hits of the back 3 down 4. But I don't know. KTOP obviously just thought he was going to miss time. It tried to go for the jump. Things are looking rough for KTOP right now, but I kind of feel like this is just part of what makes Smoke so scary. Because you've got a character like Smoke, who is, without shadow of a doubt, one of the best characters in the game right now. For many different reasons. But on top of that, you have this fundamentally sound player in Doc piloting him. It's just a scary combination, especially to be on the receiving end of. Now, I have talked to other Smoke players before, one of the most notable being Razor, one of the guys on PC, has a very, very good Smoke. He believes that heavy stagger rush down characters, in his words, destroy Smoke. Absolutely wreck Smoke. Because the phase doesn't have armor, and obviously can't really usually seem to be used as a get out of pressure tool when you're standing up. We know that KTOP has a Liu Kang, so do you think maybe we'll see him go to Dragon's Fire at some point?
Well, personally, I'm happy that we've seen KTOP go back to this Thunder God pick because it seemed to be...
No.
And again, the delay. Oh, no. I think he was already committed into that NJP. I don't think he was actually ready for it to connect. Doc's going to get a hit here. He's going to build meter on that spear, so he's going to have bar for meter burn, smoke bomb. He's going to have a smoke away. The second smoke gets access to that one bar, the utility just explodes. And KTOP again on the back foot. Oh, good down one. And he's going to catch the anti-cross up, though. Doc doing it a little bit too late. KTOP, he's going to go for the hard knockdown here. Yep, he's going in for it. Meaty pressure. Good catch on the low. What a good setup there from KTOP. Using the plus frames of that meaty Thunderball. But it's not over.
That was actually beautiful.
Never mind. Yes, it is.
That was beautiful from KTOP. Wonderful confirm. Wonderful setup. Again, I mean, Doc probably could have phased out of it, but sometimes, like, you can't just respect the phase on every wake up. Sometimes you have to tell the smoke player, you're not getting off the ground for free. I'm going to try and stop you from doing this, you know?
Oh, there we go. There's only a matter of time until we saw one of them, I think. Just the risky Superman. But if you're convinced that Smoke's going to press a button in the neutral, then the Superman actually will tag on a good read. Catches the low again. You can tell Doc is just looking for that back two. Because, again, I was about to say, he's actually yet to use a back two. So the first time he went for it was when he was just so conditioned to block low every single time. Great conditioning there by KTOP. But Doc, back in the driver's seat, catches him in the corner. That's going to be a full combo caught by the full launching string. The question is, what is the mix-up at the end?
How many more resets is it going to take to kill? Double overhead. KTOP definitely could have blocked that. There are no low special
the Scar
moves.
special, that one.
You need to be standing up unless it's a 50-50. But it wasn't, and KTOP just caught sleeping there. Unfortunately, it's given Doc this way back into the match that he shouldn't have. Out of stamina, though, if he can get a touch. Hasn't got bar for break it either. If KTOP can open him up one more time. Plus frames. Oh, there's the phase. Doesn't get the
hard knockdown. The counter poke might be good. KTOP catches the grab, and he finally gets a game on the board. Things are going to be 4-1, and I will be honest, a much better game that time round because he was just so much more comfortable when he was the one being aggressive.
Well,
and
the thing is,
we just talked about this.
This looks better than Predator for a start. This looks like a lot more manageable of a matchup. Mainly because even though in the neutral, you just doesn't really have too much to deal with in the neutral against Smoke, it seems. Like when you're at that sort of medium to close range, Smoke definitely seems to dominate. But at the end of the day, it's Thunder God. If you corner them and restand them, you're taking that mix-up. You're taking those 50-50s. And although we've seen Doc phase out of it a few times, that's mainly been because KTOP's just been mistiming it. So I think it's kind of like you take this weak neutral against Smoke, but the trade-off that if you corner him, you're Thunder God. Like, you can then put him in as a complete guessing game if you want to.
Well, I think Thunder God's going to also have one of those unique forms of pressure where his mix-up will come from the back one for Thunderball restand, which is a restand you can't disrespect after that. Smoke, notoriously, is hard to keep cornered because he has got the luxury of the wake-up smoke away if you press a button. However, with that restand situation, Smoke won't have that. He is going to have to hold the pressure that comes afterwards, but KTOP, he's going to have to get him into the corner first.
So he's definitely going for that NJP as an option. He wants to catch that back too, but unfortunately, like, if he mistimes it, he's getting it by this combo over and over and over again. It's just adding up. Quarter life here, 30%
That's
there.
unsafe. Oh, no punish. I wonder if KTOP knows that string is unsafe on block. The forward one should punish that free every single time.
Absolutely, but again, another mistake going to cost him at least quarter life. Guaranteed chip, but he's going to go for the 50-50 anyway and take another round. Doc looking 3 bars as well. This is a bad look for KTOP.
But then again, gets tagged by that back two. Such an amazing tool in the neutral, especially against someone like Raiden, who is just starved for a
with
decent
the harpoon.
mid.
Tries to anti-cross up, but missed, times it. That is bad times for Doc. But not too much damage coming on the board, but a mix-up coming in. There's another meter burn reset. Ooh, there's a full block on the overhead. Super unsafe. Doc is not going to miss this one.
Now that's going to be one of the elements of this matchup, although Smoke's caught by the back one, meter burn teleport again, it's going to be good. Caught just not blocking overhead. I was about to say, one of the elements that's going on right now is the fact that although both these characters technically have an overhead and a low form of getting a combo, Smokes are a lot safer. You know, if Raiden, there's a reason that KTOP has not been going for the overhead as often, because it is so insanely unsafe on block, and you just don't want to give Smoke an opening like that. He bet it all on that. If he got it, it would have been great. You know, it would have been amazing damage. If the bar was there, he would have forced a crucial break. But all that round took was for Doc to block that back 2-1 single time, and it was death. You know, absolutely gone, just like that.
But that's always been the nature of Thunder God. I mean, Back when he could make it safe, it was much less of a problem. But ever since that back two's been... I mean, he still has options to make the overhead safe. It's just if you make it safe, you nuke your damage completely. But maybe I would quite still like to see KTOP do that sometimes, though. Not only go for the overhead if he's going to go for the big damage. Just throw it out there. Make it a respectable option. Make Doc, you know... Doc is clearly taking the 50-50. He's been hit by both the overhead and the low. He's clearly not just, you know, taking the overhead for the sake of it. Or blocking the overhead for the sake of it. But at the same time, I'd like to see KTOP keep himself safer if he can.
But it just looks like right here, Doc is just so consistently catching KTOP in the neutral that it's just not working out. I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like instead of trying to, in this situation, oh wow, no hit confirm there, Doc just committing into the harpoon. That's going to be major. He's going to get the corner carry of the Superman. But again, just neutral jumping on Doc's wake up. I don't really think that's the option.
Yeah, and another combo from Doc. I mean, again, nice damage coming in. 3 bars, KTOP completely starved, but a wake-up forward one is going to catch Doc sleeping. Not quite sure if he just mistimed his meteor or what, but KTOP's going to take this from corner to corner, and that's the strength of Thunder God. And again, Doc! Oh, wake-up X-ray again. We need straight up. I said before that you can't always just respect Fade on wake-up, but you need to respect it sometimes. And KTOP is 9 times out of 10 when he knocks Doc over is pressing buttons on his wake-up. He's going for the meteors. I kind of feel like KTOP's assuming too much.
Well, the issue is that KTOP, whenever he gets something going, it's actually quite expensive. It will almost always cost him a bar to do so. And in that situation, Doc actually keeps the meter. Oh, the run cancel into the double low. But again, nice blocks. Doc pressing above it. KTOP challenging it. The forward one is going to be so fast.
No, Doc didn't
an
just
amazing
press
option.
He ran in.
Oh!
For a restand. Well, that was an input error or like a brave read, but definitely going to pay for it. Guaranteed chip. I wonder if KTOP delayed that intentionally to build the...
Oh, he's out!
Wait, what? He's alive? No,
yeah.
He's dead.
KTOP left him alive with a smidgen of health, and Doc, I think, happily spending the bar there just to get out of the corner. Normally that would have been such a bad idea, but in this instance it's going to get him out, and this mid-screen is exactly where Doc wants to be. KTOP looking really good at the moment, catches the back one, but not ready to confirm. I don't know whether he was expecting the phase to go through. And there we go, that is such a matchup change to the fact that FaZe can get around this rushdown, and just like that, KTOP's been put straight back into the corner. Nice block on the back 3. That's going to be a nice chance to escape for KTOP. Not catching the full combo, but the neutral jump punch catches the back 2-1. And that's going to be a vital change of momentum.
Raiden corner carry is going to take it. Doc hasn't got a breaker yet, but he's building loads of bar. Has built it now. If he gets opened up one more time, he's going to have the option to save himself. KTOP needs to get that bar. He needs to get the bar out of him right now. And this is crunch time. Still got hit though. Wow. Rare footage of FaZe being hit on the other side.
Oh no! Point blank lightning ball! I definitely don't think that's what KTOP was after, but unfortunately on top of taking the damage, he's going to lose the bar as well. He gets hit by a grab, and just like that, the last hit, if it's a substantial combo, is going to be game over for either one of these players.
KTOP is frozen up right now, doesn't take a grab. 1-1-1 into 1-1-1. KTOP is just frozen in place.
Oh, good tech! No, the NJP is not going to be good, and Doc with the instant jump in punch to meet him in the air, and he's now going to wrap up that 6th game. Mustard, this set's looking crazy dominant right now.
It is looking really good for Doc. I mean, again, you've got someone as fundamentally sound as Doc. Let's not forget, just to remind you guys if you're just tuning in, Doc is arguably the best Russian Mortal Kombat X player. He has won multiple major tournaments in Russia. He qualified for Season 3 finals through the Challenger Cup. He qualified for EVO through his success in Russia. He's been playing the whole time. The only reason he was not present at these finals was because visa issues, which unfortunately happens sometimes in pro gaming.
Okay, so that's a spanner in the works. KTOP has gone in for Swarm Queen. I have never seen him pick this character before.
I've actually, straight up, never seen KTOP play Swarm Queen. And we've seen a lot of this guy. I know he's got a Dragon's Fire. I know he's got... played before. Raiden and Predator were definitely his premier characters for the most part, but I know he's got a Dragon's Fire. And then again, like, I would quite like to see him try that, perhaps.
I will be honest, I kind of find it interesting. He's going to go in for a clean punish. Okay, that's definitely a great start, but as I say, if he's going to swap from one run cancel character to the other, I'm actually genuinely surprised he's gone for Devora instead of Liu Kang, but okay. He's got Shreds of Execution, but here we go. Doc immediately with the matchup knowledge. That Insect Puddle is nowhere near as plus on block as it was before the patch.
Well, it doesn't surprise me for a second, you know. Like I said, Doc is just this powerhouse player. Not to say KTOP isn't
phase
himself,
away.
But again, you know, Doc just looks super comfortable in every matchup that's being thrown at him. Nice cancel from KTOP, good confirm. Oh, that is an unfortunate drop. And again, that's a full combo for Doc. Nice confirm as well. Gonna get the restand. What's the mix-up? Incoming. Oh no, he's gonna cash out.
Trying to go for the sweep. Actually, I think he's trying to end in that sweep for like a sort of unique setup situation just for Oki anyway. I think most of the time, if Smoke gets a knockdown, even if it's not a restand, he's still going to get pressure. Oh, nice catch on the overhead. He has to hit confirm into X-Ray. Really smart awareness. I don't think he was going to kill without that, so I completely agree with spending the bar there. Swarm Queen, definitely not a variation that absolutely needs meter. It will make hit confirms easier by all means, and you're going to get the reversal. But to be honest, if it's going to take the round in this situation when you are so many games down, take it all down.
There are very few situations when spending all of your bar to take the round is not a good idea. There's no point dying with meter. But that's one thing that's going to help. Devora's tiny hitbox is going to make that back to 1 whiff. And when you've got the strong neutral and the strong mid options of Devora, I can see this being good. I can kind of understand why he's picked it, actually, to be fair. And that's a nice chunk of damage too.
One thing that is absolutely confirmed right here is that KTOP actually has a Devora. I don't think anyone knew that he's played this character before. I was very skeptical when I saw it. Nice block on the overhead. Run cancel. Not confidence. Trying to go in for more pressure. Neutral jump kick pressure is going to be good. Doc pressing buttons. And wow, this was a fantastic game for Doc. Who would have thought that he had a Swarm Queen as well as everyone else? What did I say, Doc?
Yeah, that was a bad game for Doc. Doc lost, but I mean...
That was an amazing game for Doc. It now means that he has the data. You know, that's what I was saying all along.
Yeah, of course.
I did not make a mistake. Shh.
But one thing that I like to see from this is that KTOP's not flustered. You know, he's gone to this other character that no one's seen him play.
Not.
He's clearly been practicing it, and I have no idea how long he's been playing it, but he's pretty severely down in the set. But he can just swap to this relatively execution-heavy character and just take the most convincing game off Doc he's taken all set. Without a doubt.
It's quite interesting, because in this situation, when someone changes character, especially to one that they... Definitely, you would say they're not as used to.
We need to stop seeing people go to Swarm Queen in tournament or serious
and
settings
doubting
and going like, oh, I don't know about this.
But yeah, so very often in a set like this where the set is absolutely not going your way, when you pick a character that you're not familiar with, it almost seems like a panic pick, almost like you've given up, and you're just going for this wild card. As much of a wild card as this is, it's clearly a solid pick that KTOP has thought extensively about.
Well, Doc looked uncomfortable, you know. A lot of the stuff that KTOP hit him with were kind of legit mix-ups. Caught him, you know, out of staggers, good stuff like that. The back 2-1 not being a thing is clearly going to make some difference, but at the same time, I feel like 80% of this set has just been us watching Smoke combos, because that's just the nature of the character. He doesn't hit the hardest in the game, but he hits frequently and in a lot of different ways.
But I think that's the danger of Smoke, isn't it? Is that even if people say he hasn't got a true vortex, because technically back 1 is a reactable overhead compared to the low, they are still similar speeds to one another, and there are so many different ways that Smoke can set that up. It's very overwhelming. Genuinely surprised we did not see no combo!
No, accidentally messes up that could have been a full confirm into death. And that is going to be if he doesn't drop this.
But he's got break.
Comeback. Wait, oh no.
Yeah, Doc had break. He had to go for the grab to prevent it. Oh, and he's going to go through. He's going to get the grab, and Doc with the comeback right there.
No, you don't have Oki in that situation. The grab wasn't going to kill, and you don't get Oki. Get the breaker out of him. Make him break. Make him choose. Does he concede the round? Does he go into the next round without the bar?
Nice catch.
Get it out of him. I don't agree with that decision, but he's
I definitely
doing right.
I agree with what you're saying right there. I think especially combined with the fact that in that break situation, normally back 2-1 is a very attractive option for Smoke, and with Devora's hitbox being so little, even if he breaks there, Devora actually isn't in danger of getting tagged by that on block, because it's going to whiff even on block. Oh my god, the pressure in the corner. Really good stuff from KTOP. Oh no, he's going to spend a bar, get a clean jump over. That was an expensive reversal. 1 bar on the move itself,
That's always one
and
of the
2
most
for the break afterwards.
Breaks, when you break after spending a bar already. When you're like, oh, I had full bar 5 seconds ago, and now I have nothing.
Wow, the down 2, just a challenge. Oh, not ready for it to connect though, Doc. Still alive, but only barely. But with this much health,
I like the
KTOP's not going to capitalise, but the catch on the forward one's going to be good.
To be fair,
okay, so KTOP back in it.
It's quite uncharacteristic to see KTOP playing this slow. I know it's kind of happening because he's kind of being forced to, but he's adapting to it well, and that's a nice confirm. Doesn't get a full combo though, only 9%. That's a bit unfortunate.
Well, I think Doc is doing the matchup thing where he's consistently mid-screen actually letting himself get hit by the final hit of that forward 1-1-2. That mid-string right there where... On block, there isn't as much as there used to be, but there used to be a lot of jailing frames. But if you let yourself get hit by the 3rd hit, you actually get knocked to safety, which is what Doc is consistently doing. And it's forcing KTOP to change the move he's doing afterwards. Not ready for the hit confirm on the mid. Good block on the low. And you can see Doc very reluctant to anti-cross up right now because it's consistently not worked. That could be a full combo every time if KTOP was just ready for it.
But do you think there's... I mean, I feel like that's one of the reasons he's picked this character in the matchup, but he's actually yet to punish it. And that is not a thing. You can definitely forward for that for free. KTOP doesn't have breaker available with the stamina, but he does have the bar to do so, and it is going to get it. No punish? No punish!
That's unsafe on block! No punish!
Oh, there's a phase from Doc.
Are we going to see a teleport?
Oh, that full screen!
Oh, he catches it!
That's nice!
He's got another bar, though. Oh, on the back 2-1, catches the air hit. And again, Doc straight back into this. And now finds himself in a situation where he only has to win 3 more games.
I feel like I've got to say,
game over.
I'm not quite sure why KTOP was kind of being so eager to move around from full screen at the end there. Because he wasn't like 1 chip damage away from death. Like, it would have taken Doc a good couple of hits. And how is Smoke going to chip you from full screen? He'd use smoke bombs, which you can react to and jump, teleport, which is full combo punishable, and normally back 2-1. But like we've said, the 1 whiffs against Deborah and he gets a full combo every time. I feel like KTOP should have just been patient and waited for 2 of those 3 options that are full combo punishable. Just
now
here
we find ourselves in a situation where KTOP has finally opted to go for the Liu Kang pick. You mentioned this earlier, and it has been mentioned by other Smoke players, that Liu Kang is seen to do quite well against Smoke. The rush down, the pressure, it's overwhelming for Smoke, and Liu Kang has those built-in kind of like, you know, option selects.
I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard. So that's what I'll go by.
Yeah, that's what we get. That's what we get told. He's now gone for the Liu Kang pick. Unfortunately, he now has put himself in a massive mountain into time select situation.
I kind of need to say, though, I've heard this is a bad matchup for Smoke because phase doesn't get you out of pressure while standing. But that's the second time we've seen that already. You know what I mean? That is the second time in less than 30 seconds we've seen the phase cleanly get out of jailing pressure. Cleanly. Unless KTOP is just mistiming it.
I think actually there's a lot of consistent execution errors coming from KTOP this time around. He does seemingly look extremely uncomfortable. And just pressing buttons out of that, I'm not sure. KTOP seemingly looking very uncomfortable. I honestly and truly do not think he was actually ready for the Smoke pick like this. But that's going to be good. Catches the run cancel. He's going to get good damage in the corner because this is Liu Kang, but he's not going to kill. Doc isn't going to have any access. Going in for the straight kick. Misjudges the chip damage. That's absolutely major. Gets tagged by a grab, and Doc betting the farm on that back 1. But a crucial delayed wake up from KTOP just to get around that hit. Very smart decision.
Well, it's like you said, KTOP looks uncomfortable, but I like his composure. Not panicking too much in situations. He's still, you know, playing smart. It's just Doc is just overwhelming him for the most part.
Oh no, trying to back fist, but tagged by the back 1. Catches him right before the smoke bomb. Very fortunate situation, but again, a good backdash into the forward 1 with punish. And here comes another full combo. The question is, what is the mix-up? On 1-4. Nice, plus frames, but challenged by KTOP. He's going to get another full combo. 1, 2, 3. Of course, he cashes out at 3 because he sees the height. Doesn't go in for the 4th and takes very respectable damage. And another full combo is going to be good. Doc cause the break. And here we go. KTOP back in the driver's seat, but the anti-air gets stuffed.
That is unfortunate and one of the most heartbreaking ways to potentially lose a round. At least if KTOP loses this round, he's going to do it with Doc not having the bar, but I mean, you know, in KTOP's mind, he's thinking, this round is mine. There's no way that jump in should have beat the anti-air, and Doc's going to steal away that round from between KTOP's fingers. KTOP's still looking at a serious meter advantage, though. If he can get the offense going, gets the down 3 hit, that's all he needs. Baits out the phase, so Doc loses his bar as well. Going to be a full combo into a bit of corner carry for KTOP. Good damage. Good to end with the corner pressure. No bar for the phase. He's got to hold this pressure. Goes for the throw. I like it. KTOP realizing that the phase is not going to be an option and gets himself a nice throw for good damage. Staggers again. Patience from Doc, but he's not building any meter.
I think KTOP is absolutely in full control, but he drops the full combo. Oh no, and the neutral jump kick also lets Doc out of the corner. This is absolutely terrible. Goes in for the down 3. That's another game that could be completely over. Doc, for some reason, is still alive. I do not know how.
Challenged by KTOP. This could be the opening he needs. This is going to be a guaranteed restand. What's the mix-up going to be? He's going to need a bunch of hits to get this
the
comeback.
grab. I mean, Doc can make it work, though. This is going to be smoke. Anything on block's going to build another meter burn. He's just pressing buttons.
What is KTOP doing? He just needs... unless he's constantly afraid of the 50-50s.
Oh, no.
Going to find Keith to get out there.
Oh, he did.
That was cheeky stuff.
That was quite the round. I think I lost count of how often KTOP had that to win. Like, that's game over. You know, that is yours. Just finish your combo, take the damage, and you've got your third game on the board, ready to pull that back. Unfortunately, just drop after drop. And to be honest, bad decision after bad decision in the neutral. It did not work out, and he was insanely close for letting Doc just steal that round and game away.
To me, by the way KTOP was playing on the defensive there, despite his gigantic life lead, like, we're talking 80% up on life, minimum, he had in that situation. It looked like KTOP had convinced himself, he's hit me, he's going to make this comeback, I need to do something crazy so that doesn't happen. But the crazy stuff is what got him hit, which made the comeback possible. Already spent his bar.
Challenge right there. That was a very, very expensive tag as well. The meter burn straight into the bicycle kick. I believe that's a 2-bar like move itself.
1 bar for the straight kick, and then you spend another one to EX it, or meter burn it, I should say, mid-flight. That's gonna be. Do you reckon that was a hit confirm, or did Doc just kind of go for that, seeing that KTOP didn't have the bar to reverse?
I think at this point it could have been one or the other, but either way, I don't even think it matters at this point.
That's normally how it works with a multiple choice question. Did he do A or B? I mean, he could have done A or B.
I didn't even think of it that way enough.
I mean, but on the flip side, KTOP the one seriously down on life. No bar to make the comeback either. Doc looks completely in control. Doesn't block the back 3 down 4, and that's guaranteed chip damage for sure.
In all honesty, I do think that was because KTOP probably expected a smoke bomb and tried to jump out of the back 3. But if that's the case, and you do back 3 down 4, I mean, there ain't no way you're not getting hit by that. The down 3 was a good call. He's going to catch a full combo on that because the 4-2-1-4 is going to be a anti-air right there. Really smart stuff. Staggering the standing 2, but, oh, that sucks. If it had just confirmed into the full string, he would have got a full combo there.
The backdash. KTOP is in Doc's head right now. Despite the difference in games, KTOP is playing out of his mind. This is looking a lot more manageable for him. And just corner to corner. He carried him from corner to corner on block.
Oh, another delayed wake up from Doc, though. I mean, we can't count him out. This is smoke. And, yeah, the straight kick's going to be good. Almost missed, but I think if KTOP takes another game in this situation, you know he's just going to be asking himself, no matter what happens,
nice.
Why didn't I pick this character sooner? Oh, and another tag. Max range.
Oh, and that's just the momentum shift is completely in Doc's favor. There's the overhead, blocks it this time. There's the cancel, expensive for Doc as well. Doesn't have the meter available to break anymore. Takes him to the corner, no stamina, but he is on the offense right now. KTOP is just being relentless. And Doc, you can tell, he's at too many of those jump-ins. He's hesitant to go for the anti-cross-up now.
The invincibility of that environment interaction is going to be good. Catching that back 1-2 from Liu Kang. And really smart there. Trying not to do anything else about the straight kick apart from just going straight for a grab. Reversing back into the mid-screen, but it's not going to matter. Doc opting not to spend his bar. You know he's going to use these 2 bars to try and win this game right at the end. And it's going to work out. That's exactly why he saved the bar. For those reversals, knowing KTOP was going to be eager. And that smart use of the reversal might be all it takes. Oh, and he gets hit once again.
But I've got to be honest, I'm very, very surprised that KTOP actually pressed buttons on Doc's wake up there. Doc had 2 bars to break in a situation that you needed to break because he was left with like 5% health. But he saved the meter to break because he was clearly waiting for his opportunity to smoke away.
I completely agree with you there. I completely agree. In that situation, it's okay.
He basically saved the bar to wake up. Did the wake up and KTOP didn't respect it.
What he should have done was, in that situation, absolutely was, okay, 95% of people here would have broke. They don't even want to give me this damage. There is only one reason he's going to save the bar, and that is for the wake up. That is the only reason. And he pressed buttons anyway, and here we are. Doc, 2 more games, and KTOP, I will be honest, I do not know why he's changed characters. I think Liu Kang was working. I think it could get the job done. I truly think he should have picked Liu Kang earlier, because that is clearly... it just comes down to, yes, there's a matter of having to read him on wake up right now, but he looks very comfortable, and Doc looks very uncomfortable.
You know what I mean? Like, everyone has to read smoke on wake up. It's just that when Liu Kang gets his offense going, he can seem to quite keep smoke in the blender, or at least control smoke a little bit better than other characters can. But going straight to Hellfire is not even remotely confident in the Liu Kang pick anymore, it seems. Either that or he just feels like trying Hellfire in the matchup. But a raw wake up Hellfire is going to give him a 38% into restand. That was nice.
Oh, and he gets the forward 4 run cancel with 2-on-4. Absolutely one of the tightest links in the game.
Just raw meter burn spear in the neutral. I'm not quite sure what it was trying to catch, but nice stuff. I mean, does KTOP just have execution with all the run cancel characters?
I was just about to say, like, I do not know how KTOP is so consistently switching from character to character and doing, like, max BMBs. Like, really optimal, high execution, run cancel based BMBs every single time.
Will drop the fireball, possibly use the unfortunate lag spike, but that was a nice anti-air. Really good option from KTOP. Saw the jumping punch whiff, straight in with the teleport. Beautiful stuff.
He's going to catch the restand right there. Good block on the low, but Doc, he's going to get tagged by this grab with 2 bars to work with. KTOP running himself into the corner, though I'm not sure I agree with that option. You had all the momentum. Why put him out of the corner and jump in yourself against Smoke? Not an amazing decision. Hopefully he doesn't live to regret it.
Box it. Respects the plus frames this time, but down 3's going to tag him. There's the minus. Oh, jump in, and again, no anti-cross up from Doc, but you can tell he just doesn't want to eat that jump in.
2 bars on Doc. Is he going to wake up? Nope. Doesn't opt to go for it. Opts to go for the wake up this time. The jump kick's going to catch him. If you're going to be Scorpion, you've got to be ready to hit confirm those jump kicks. That definitely was no hit confirm. But either way, that's going to be good. And once again,
oh, no,
I see you.
On the cove,
I see that brutality. I see that brutality attempt.
When you see a down 2 whiff on the cove, you know what they were trying to do.
But that would have been cool as well. I mean, there was only one reason he was actually going to go for the Hellfire there as well, and it was for the uppercut. Now, interestingly, every time KTOP has switched to another aggressive, hyper-aggressive run cancel character, right? Every time, he's actually won that first game. It was the couple of Raiden losses, the couple of Predator losses.
Do you think he's just trying to test Doc's adaptability?
Doc is seemingly taking one game to adapt each time, but the adaptations are being made, and Doc now, unfortunately, if KTOP did this since the very beginning, then maybe it would be a slightly more viable way to approach this situation. However, he's given Doc 4 games without doing it. He is going to catch the Hellfire anti-air. Really solid stuff. Hopefully he can pull this one through because he's got a lot of work to do. KTOP sitting at 4 games, Doc sitting at 8. That's going to be double the work that KTOP's going to have to do in this situation.
Goes straight from Meatbone Spear as well. KTOP clearly not afraid to spend bar. But I mean, look at the character he's playing. He's going to have no problem whatsoever getting that back.
Oh, the wake up teleport. Pre-patch, boys.
But maybe that's the playstyle that KTOP wants to go to. He wants, I mean, Doc is very calculated, very methodical, and KTOP is kind of, you know, flipping that style on its head with this really aggressive Scorpion play.
I do have to give props. I do have to give absolute props to KTOP's execution here. It is thoroughly insane how he's able to change from character to character and do these max damage, high execution B&Bs. You don't see that very often.
Nice.
Chip damage is going to be good. Even if it connected, I think the chip would have killed in that situation.
I actually love the option to teleport there as well, because in those situations where you're both jumping at each other,
oh my god,
like 99% of players are going to see that situation and try and stick out a jump kick to win that air trade. So KTOP just bypassed it, knew that Doc would stick out a kick to win the trade, goes straight for a teleport and wins because of it. That was actually a really good time to do an empty teleport in the air.
I actually think also Hellfire was quite a smart pick. In these situations where normally Doc would try and poke with the back 2, Hellfire is being used in that neutral state to catch anything that Doc tries to do. It's kind of forcing Doc to think a little bit about what he wants to try and do next. He's going to get the free jump in, trying to do a down 3, but that is going to be plus on block, so the poke's not going to be good. Good block on the overhead, and let's not forget, at close range, although the Hellfire is a fantastic option, it is unsafe on block. Oh, big drop from Doc!
Super unfortunate. Is Doc going to opt to break, or is he going to keep the bar? Yeah, definitely gonna have to break this time. This is Hellfire. You cannot mess around with that damage.
Oh, the read from Doc
is a shame.
That was, yeah, that was a read through and through. I know you're gonna Hellfire the neutral crouch.
KTOP with the neutral crouch.
Purposefully neutral ducking KTOP GR. That's gonna be good, and 2 games in a row.
Oh my lord!
Wow.
Good lord. Okay, let's evaluate why that is such a risk to do that against Smoke. Smoke has the best mids of all of the Triborgs, hands down. Mids will catch you for neutral ducking. He read the high in that exact situation. The exact thing that Doc did that lost to the grab was exactly what KTOP thought would happen. That was
a risky
as all hell, but great read.
In that situation, if he just ate a forward 4 and lost that game, the first thing we would have been saying was,
"Oh, you can't be neutral crouch against Smoke."
Yeah,
but in on
that just enforces how much of a hard read that actually was in that situation.
But that's why you got to do it, because you're telling me that Doc's not going to remember that? Doc's not going to be a couple games into the set and go, I don't know, he ducked it last time, should I do this again? Like, I want to see him, I want to see it, I want to see the adjustment. But beautiful stuff from KTOP. Really, really impressed with how he's playing Scorpion right now.
I actually really like as well just checking with the forward twos, not only to catch low pokes, but to try and get Doc to quickly stand on prediction of a forward two. And that's just only ever going to open up more back three run cancels into full combo. So I think the more KTOP can do to condition that overhead block, the better.
It's actually not the first time either we've seen Doc Ops go for that almost like shimmy, like walk back into back three smoke bomb. He definitely seems like baiting pokes that situation, but another full combo for Doc.
One thing we're definitely not seeing and have not seen the entire time.
Wow.
Oh my god, Doc was even waiting for it. He just hesitated right at the end. One thing we're not seeing as well is KTOP actually is not punishing the forward down 1-2. He hasn't punished it a single time. He hasn't actually even tried to punish it. Run cancel. Smoke away is going to be good. Checks it with the down one. And he cross up jump kick. He's confident he's going to try and catch it. Oh no, the lag spike's unfortunate, but Doc goes for a break anyway in the hard reads.
KTOP
is going to catch this round.
Be careful going for that Hellfire aura in the neutral like that. He has got to be so careful not to eat the smoke bomb, and that back 2-1 is going to catch him.
Now, it was working big time at the start, but you know you said earlier about testing Doc's adaptability? That is an immediate adaptation. Is just checking that smoke bomb in the neutral. He did not do that against any other character. It's only now KTOP is consistently trying to check him with the Hellfire aura. He's trying to just basically trade it full screen.
One thing we cannot knock is KTOP's reaction. He just saw an NJP whiff in front of him and instantly jump and kick and teleport for punish. KTOP's reactions are on point right now, but Doc is just controlling the pace. He's actually managing to contain Scorpion. That's so difficult to do, especially at this level where the Scorpion player is going nuts.
Ooh. He's not going to get a full hit confirm on the jump kick. Now that was a hit confirm on jump kick. You do not see that from low ranges, but KTOP is going to pull this one through, realizing he has to take damage anywhere he can. Looking really strong around, but Doc, you just can't count this guy out. And that was so smart. Going in for the back three, did not have the stamina to run cancel, so goes for the meter burn spear instead.
Is that death?
Fantastic decision.
No, not quite.
Oh, the teleport went to the teleport.
But again, like that was literally Doc's only option to avoid chip there, and KTOP knew that. He went for a meaty teleport, and it beat everything.
Shepard damage, and that exactly is no doubt why Doc is actually probably hesitant to try and anti-cross up. He's done it a couple of times, but it's really not worked out. And the one time he actually tried to go for it, ate a full combo for his trouble. KTOP did drop the end right there, didn't get the good read at the end, so Doc is going to find his way out. And the pressure afterwards, that's going to build sufficient meter for the smoke bomb. Doesn't need it. He's going to get the plus frames of the evade, and the grab's going to be good. Now, this corner pressure, this is a dangerous situation to be in for sure.
KTOP with the cross up again. Doc goes for it, and another smoke bomb to beat the aura. KTOP needs, maybe he's just forgetting in the heat of the moment, but he needs to remember that option. Doesn't block the string again. KTOP not ready.
Scorpion is a comeback machine, but a fantastic overhead reaction block. And Doc takes another game. 9 games versus KTOP's 5.
But again, that all came down to Hellfire Aura being punished. It is punishable point blank, especially when you have a standing normal as fast as Triborg. And Smoke is no different.
Well, you don't even need the standing one, right? You've got forward one, you've got standing one. Like that's already more options to punish Hellfire
point blank
in
as it
situations.
Gets, standing one is the best because it's so fast. But if they're even slightly out of point blank, you have forward one, which is 1 frame slower, but still super quick.
I think that KTOP has done an incredible job of pulling this one back.
But why would he change here, though? The Hellfire pick is doing so well.
I think, yeah, he's going to go back to Hish-Qu-Ten, betting everything. In all honesty, I do agree with you. I'm not sure why he's gone for this pick. He might just go, well, this is my final.
He's treating it as an exhibition. He's like, this is the last game. You know, I'm going through all my characters. I'm trying to make a show of it. I'm going to go down my favorite character. Maybe. Who knows?
Could be that situation for sure. But, I mean, Hellfire was the one that was getting the job done. That was clearly, we said it about Liu Kang, but somehow he was able to look even more comfortable with Scorpion than that Liu Kang pick, immediately dropping that cancel. That's going to really suck.
But out of all the characters he's played in this first to 10 so far, Predator looked like he had the hardest time by far at dealing with Smoke. Or at least, you know, in terms of like KTOP versus Doc. His Predator did seem to struggle the most out of all his characters, but not like this when he takes a really strong round. Not sure.
Yeah, that was a fantastic round.
Maybe in the games he's not been playing Predator, he's noticed something about Doc that he thinks, okay, now I figured this out, I can go back to Predator. Who knows?
That's definitely something that could be the case where he feels like he's got enough games to feel like what Doc's going to do sort of universally, but he's playing each matchup differently. Like, he is approaching each matchup using these specific tools, looking for what to fuzzy guard, looking for what moves to watch out for, and he's not playing everything the same. And I think that's going to be one of the elements that I think KTOP absolutely cannot underestimate. Hit confirming into the low laser. It's going to be respectable damage, but he did spend his bar to do it.
Oh,
And the fantastic chase down!
That was beautiful stuff. Doc got completely opened up this round.
Oh no!
He's going to go through 2 attacks, and that's gonna
Through
be
the fire and the flames.
Oh no, that you can tell Doc was the last person to expect that to drop, and he actually had the grab for it. That was really good from KTOP. Covered himself in the good old oils of the Hish-Qu-Ten, bits and pieces. Brings himself in. Is that 9-6?
Yes, you are correct. That's going to be 9-6. Very, very close games, and it's just kind of crazy because this was definitely not the Predator matchup that we saw earlier on. It's almost actually like you said, where it almost seems like KTOP has now adapted to Doc's smoke in general and is now trying to approach this differently.
Are we going to see the 5 streak though, to bring the set fully back?
Well, this is where things get difficult, because if KTOP wants to win, Doc only has to win 1 more game in this situation. So if KTOP is going to win, there is no more games to give up. You win every single game in the rest of the set, or I would say you go home, but he's already home.
But
so
you lose the exhibition
for that.
first to 10.
But you lose the first to 10, we'll call it there. But, I mean, that's a lot of work. Doc has looked really comfortable here. Games have been, I guess, varying in comfort.
This has been super entertaining, this set. We've seen so many characters. KTOP has really given us a...
Hey, at the start of the set, I thought KTOP was going to get bodied from the few games that we saw. I thought it was going to be super close before we saw the set. And the start of the set thought, oh, is KTOP going to really struggle here? But he's done a fantastic job. I don't want to jinx it.
He's given us a good showcase of execution in MKX, and that's been really fun. And then Doc has just been here with a super solid, super consistent smoke. But let's not speak too soon. The set is not over. KTOP's going to spend the bar for the armor there for the first time. Doesn't fully commit. Again, Doc's starting to hesitate here, and that's going to be a full combo. Nice stuff from KTOP.
Oh, that conversion right at the end. So smart. Doc just pressing buttons here. KTOP's going to be good. He's going to get a good knockdown going in for the disc, and that's definitely some tech. We saw that in the previous game just to chase down Meatless Smoke away, and it's going to be good once again. But again, KTOP just getting tagged by the back 2, and Doc, this could be a comeback.
It could be, but again, it all comes off the back 2-1. KTOP is just not... He thinks he's got Doc on the back foot, and then we see that option, which is the one thing that's been given this...
Oh, disrespecting the +2! The grab's gonna be good, and KTOP fighting back in this round. Doc at any point could have gone for the phase.
But I wonder what Doc was looking for there. Do you reckon Doc was just waiting for a laser so he could counter poke or phase, and then KTOP just never gave it to him?
I'm not entirely sure, in all honesty, but one thing I am sure of is this change of game plan. KTOP has just been relentlessly aggressive, changing his game plan entirely. Doc pressing a button. He's going to have to break. He's not going to opt to go for it, though. The knockdown, no chase down, and KTOP just in complete control. Why is Doc not breaking this?
He had 100% health 10 seconds ago. He is chipping him down to the bitter end. KTOP with a demolishing final round in that game. He shot the absolute shit out of him.
That is, that's one for the movies. That's definitely one from the movies. The robot man thinking he's got what it takes, but Predator's going to be Predator. That's going to be the moment near the end of the film, right before Arnold Schwarzenegger or Danny Glover have their final fight. This cool robot steps in and goes, "Don't worry, Danny Glover, I got this." And before you know it, loads of bullets, and they're dead. And you go, damn, I thought that guy was going to do something cool, and he just got wrecked.
The last time we saw the Predator shoot that much laser into a poor defenseless man was somewhere in the jungle. And they were all wearing army camo.
R.I.P. Jesse Ventura. In peace.
Oh, Doc's been pushing too many pencils.
What's the matter? Some damn fool accused Doc of being the best.
Oh no, he gets the first hit with a low laser as well. Oh, KTOP is just on fire. He's opened up a can of green beans. He's ready to go. He's got a nice second hit. I mean, this fight is mid-screen as it gets, but Doc, again, forced to wake up.
What is going on? Yeah. KTOP is just destroying now.
Does KTOP have the download? Does he have the full download? No buff.
Oh. Now, I think one of the downloads was just go absolutely ham. You have nothing else to lose. It's either you go in or you lose the set. There is nothing else. And he's completely dedicating. The laser's going to trade fantastically.
Not a trade where he can take. Wow. Maybe.
K-Top catches the down 4, no full combo. The neutral jump kick going to be good. Doc's challenging it. It's going to whiff again. And K-Top with just this relentless pressure. Doc's going to build bar, but he's not going to break at the very end. He's going to give him the pressure. The question is, what's coming next? Good block on the low, but the jump in's not going to be good. Hit again. K-Top is just going ballistic.
My days, you got it again. The neutral jump is not being scouted by Doc at all. That's chip damage. No, not quite enough.
Oh
not
my
guaranteed,
God.
but he is going to take it with some more. Doc is... Something has happened here, and K-Top
Now, you'll never believe it.
Turn the tables.
You'll never believe it. But we have somehow gone from like 6-2.
It was 9-5. It was 9-5.
9-5 to 9-8.
Oh,
If K-Top
boy.
wins this next game, it's going to be 9-9.
But earlier in the set, the Predator was what was struggling the most, by far. Out of all the characters I've seen K-Top play today, he's played
feel
Thunder
like-
God, he's played Dragon's Fire Liu Kang, he's played Swarm Queen Devourer, he's played Hellfire Scorpion. His Hish-Qu-Ten, out of all of those, looked the worst in the matchup by far earlier on. It is now
I feel
what
like
is saving
I
him.
know-
It is what is
I
single-handedly
know
keeping him in.
exactly what the adaptation was. He's trying to use the range in the neutral. And the second he gets those plus frames on deck, he is just, like, absolutely relentless with pressure up close. Because whenever Doc has struggled, it's been when K-Top has just been as aggressive as it gets. However, Doc looking really good in this game. Okay, now Doc's the one in full control. We didn't see this in any of the other games, and Doc looking really good. K-Top trying to challenge this, but good throw tech.
Oh, that's a
Nice
good
air-to-air, though.
I think that was it, though. I think Doc was just playing too defensive. He wasn't going in as much as he had beforehand. Oh, and there's the scout. No confirm.
Yeah,
from
that's
Doc.
that's definitely going to be why Predator hasn't got the best armor in the world. You can actually meaty him and then block, so it's definitely not easy. But that round looked incredibly easy. It's going to be match point for Doc right now. One more round, he's going to win this whole set. He's got 3 bars. That's definitely more than enough to get it done. Nice conversion, though. Oh, and the chase down on the phase away. We don't really see the patience there, trying to punish the launcher.
I feel
Just
like
not
we're
quite
seeing
getting it.
K-Top go for the disc after everything to, like, use the disc itself to bait the phase. Because, he does the disc and he just sits there. He sits at a range that when he comes out of the smoke towards that, he's in perfect range to fully punish it.
Oh, goes in for the invisibility. Instant neutral jump punch. Now, this could be the sequence that wins Doc the entire
It
set.
could be, but he's
K-Top's
got
going to have to
a
guess
hell of a
right.
life bar to take away. There's the guess from K-Top. Gets down poke. Staggers. Oh, staggers for days. K-Top hasn't got a breaker. He's going to need to save it. If he spends a bar here, he's going to be in such trouble. And there's a nice air-to-air for Doc to stop him from getting out the corner.
Oh, K-Top's just going crazy right now. Catches the anti-air. The disc. Oh, no. Goes in for the teleport. That definitely was not the option. K-Top, he's got one more round. If he wins this, he ties it up. If he loses, Doc will take the set.
Yeah, and then the mid is just being scouted out big time now. There's the block. Doc's going to get
What an answer for that. Good challenge on the back, too.
This is dangerous, though. K-Top has absolutely no bar whatsoever. This is going to be a super honest comeback. If he can bring this back a little bit, gets a nice opening.
Oh no, Doc's trying to break, but he can't. He did not have the stamina. Oh, the delay. Maybe thinking a grab was going to come. He does hit confirm.
He's not going to build a break before this round is over. He is betting it on this offense. Gets him again. Oh, tags him again.
Oh no, it's not over.
Oh,
the grab gets tagged. Oh, the air shot on the Reed Mustard. What is going on? We are on 9 games to 9. And the fatality just to go, you know what? Yes,
K-Top is
I
going
did
into
bring
this
this
final
back.
game reading Doc like a book completely. Doc, he didn't even play bad. He got put on the back foot, and K-Top was just 2 steps ahead at all times. Final game, 9-9. Let's not forget K-Top was severely down on games for most of the set. This is the character he was struggling with the most, but it is the character, the Hish-Qu-Ten Predator pick, is bringing him back 9-9. This could be one of the most entertaining first attempts we've had so far.
Wow. I mean, what is there to say about what is going on right now? K-Top was losing so heavily, and it was one-sided at the start of the set. Through an immense change of characters, he has gone to Hellfire Scorpion, he has gone to Swarm Queen, he's gone to Dragon's Fire, he went to Hish-Qu-Ten, he has gone to, like, every run cancel character in the book, and he has settled back
apart from
on
Johnny
that
Cage.
Hish-Qu-Ten Predator.
Poor Cage.
Oh, of course, nah. Johnny Cage. No, it would have been Commando Johnny Cage, I have no doubt about it.
But this is going to be it.
Somehow,
last game, 9-9, let's go. One final match to decide who wins this today, and the first bar is going to be spent bravely by K-Top. And again, the low not being scouted again. Doc's going to get open up fully, and already back to the corner. There's the disc to break the wake up. Oh, wow.
Oh, now, this is an immediate adaptation where he is no longer committing massively into all of these strings. He is going for the slight early staggers and single hits to see if Doc is going for the phase. He did not do that at the start of the set, and he is doing it now. Such a massive change of defensive momentum.
Again, Doc
Speaking of momentum, though, yeah, Doc. Oh, the overhead's going to be good. KTOP forced to use his breaker, and the low laser's going to be good. Good block on the low. Another good block on the low, challenged by Doc, and he's going to take this round. Match point once again for Doc from the Mother Russia.
Neither of them sitting on any bar whatsoever. KTOP's got to be so careful. No punish again. Super unfortunate. Maybe an input error on the up laser.
Trying to jump out. Not the end of the world. He's not going to get a full combo. This corner pressure looking really good, though. KTOP again. Doc challenging it and pressing buttons. He's going to get a good hit into the disc. Forced to block. He's not going to be able to anti-cross up that, but really smart awareness. I wonder if Doc's aware that the final laser did not connect
He
there.
definitely knew that. He was definitely waiting. KTOP going to approach a breaker soon. Has to be careful now. Oh, no anti-cross up again. Oh, opens him up though, spends on the bar. One thing KTOP has been not afraid to do at all is spend that bar to get that opening, to get that damage in. And again, the back one into the forward front block. We're seeing KTOP get hit by it over and over again. And it could be the thing that loses him the set.
One more hit. Good block. No, gets hit by the overhead. This could be bad. No, the down three is going to be good. Whiffs the neutral jump punch. The pressure, the challenge from KTOP. Is he going to do it? The knockdown to disc. Final hit's going to take this one. The overhead, it's plus on block. He runs into the leader, and we are on our final round.
Into the space plasma from orbit. Last round. Match point both players again.
Predator has come here to collect some heads, and he wants that robotic brain right now.
He gets a nice opening. No stamina to confirm, though, and jumps straight into the back 2-1. That is heartbreaking stuff, but still so much life left to go. No bar at all. KTOP has to do this the old-fashioned way.
Another good block in the overhead.
Gets tagged by the back one into forward 4.
Oh, that could have been a crucial combo drop. Doc letting him live with a final hit. He catches him with the forward 2. That's going to be mega. He's going to force the break. Doc is going to go for it this time.
Oh, doesn't block the low again. Knocks the jumping punch though. Plus frames. He doesn't confirm. No, wake up down 3. Doc doesn't tag it. And that's going to be
oh no, pressing buttons. The question is, what comes next? Doc's got the bar. He's not going to use it. He goes for the phase. The block on the string is good. No he catches the laser, and I think KTOP's good.
Oh my lord. Now, I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect this comeback. The 5-game straight comeback at all.
Well, it almost seemed impossible. It almost seemed thoroughly impossible. You have lost so many games. Win 1, lose 1, change. Win 1, lose 1, change. Win 2, lose 1, change. Like, you cannot fathom a comeback like that with the situation that KTOP was on, but what an insane recovery. He goes back to Hish-Qu-Ten, the variation that by far he was not doing the best as at all. We questioned that decision. We said, why is he doing this? Hish-Qu-Ten was by far the character that he struggled with the most. And he just blows our minds. He decides, you know what? I'm going to use lasers in the neutral. I'm going to use down 4, forward 2, and laser to catch those mid-screen buttons. And when I get in, it is mix-up central. And that's exactly what we saw.
Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. I mean, what do you reckon was the biggest adjustment? I mean, Doc, he was definitely playing a bit shakier.
Many things.
The longer it went on. But, I mean, kudos to KTOP to use the massive situation of being so down in games to just straight up go, you know what? I'm going in. I'm going to rush you the hell down.
The adaptation there were so many elements to why that was able to happen. First things first, big, massive change. KTOP decided to stop dedicating for full strings every time. We questioned that earlier on in the set. We said Doc is playing so phenomenally strong because he is a smart player, he's fundamentally sound, and if he thinks you're going to overcommit into a string, he is going to meet a burn phase every single time and whiff punish for a full combo. We saw that at the start of the set, all the way through until the very end. A major adaptation was that KTOP was not committing to those strings. He was ending it early and waiting to see if he was going to go for the phase. And if he did, he would then stop his string and then continue the pressure that way. Also, another major factor, which I definitely think was why the Hish-Qu-Ten pick was used, the disc to actually chase down and deny the phase. The second he started using the disc on knockdown, I'm sure we both noticed this, Doc had no choice but to stop using phase. It had eliminated the option.
Kind of. Because he still went for it a few times. It was just KTOP stopped committing to... Early in the set, he was committing to straight up full strings, fully punishable stuff. He was like, screw it. If you phase, too bad. I guess you will just hit me. But he started adapting to go, right, you're going to phase, but even if you do, I'm not putting out a button that you'll punish. I might eat something on block, but that's it. But the disc, it came down to the disc. Before we saw in the neutral he was using it and was killing himself because he was using the disc, blocking the back two, and that was it. It was not his turn anymore. He was throwing away all that momentum. The later on this set went, we saw the neutral was just straight laser. It was straight laser that shot him square in the face for doing the back two. And the disc, for setup purposes only, but that's what got him his offense. And beautiful play. And of course, props to Doc. He did incredibly well.
By all means. I mean, there was a point in that set I was like, this is looking free. He had
to adapt to all of KTOP's characters. KTOP threw the kitchen sink at him in that. First to 10. He threw every character he plays, clearly well versed with all of them. His execution was on point all the time, and Doc managed to adjust to every single one of them, bringing down to 9-9, match point both players, super close. Thank you both of these guys for taking part. Thank you guys for watching, be it on YouTube when this gets uploaded, or now live on Twitch if you just joined us for this. Thank you so much for stopping by. This was incredible. Thank you again to both players. That was a brilliant set to watch. I had a lot of fun being part of this. And it's going to be hard to top, for sure.
You could say it's going to be hard to KTOP.
Oh, don't ever say that again.
Hey! Anyway, I think definitely probably our best.
Also,
so far.
I feel so bad for KTOP's controller. That poor thing.
I want to ask and find out how many controllers KTOP has gone through learning how to do execution in this game. He plays all the run cancel characters, all the ones that they notoriously will just go through stuff. Anyway... definitely, I think, our best independent set. The Foxy versus Sonic Fox set was incredible and definitely a way to kick that off. 10-9, last round, whatever. But out of all the ones that we've been able to do ourselves and organise ourselves, oh my days, that was by far our best set so far. The story behind it, KTOP, the new kid, Doc, dominant in Season 3, best Russian player, just, at the offline majors, winning everything. Just what a story and what a comeback from KTOP. But played so well by Doc as well. An amazing set from two amazing players. And that's going to be the set from us. Thank you very much for watching. No matter what you're watching this on, thank you very much. We will see you next week. We have the Community Cup this weekend and another First to 10 lined up next week. Already confirmed. Mirko versus Lion, I believe, is going to be next week's set. Lion was supposed to do it this week but wasn't free, unfortunately. So he is going to be free next week. And that's it. Brilliant. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you later. YouTube outro